Right, hello lads and lasses, welcome back to Boys Down Under and breathe. We can breathe finally. I'm breathing, significantly later than you guys are, but still, geez, it does not make it any less intense than that match was, and we don't make it easy for ourselves, do we? That's just typical Celtic. But before we go any further, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to help support the channel grow, and I would be forever appreciative of you guys if you did that. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, as my blood pressure is still, climbing down, and after the final 20 minutes or so, I cannot believe we paid £1 million for REO Hatate. Seriously, he is going to be a star for this club, and if he is not already a star, he will be one in the future. But more on REO later. I don't know why I brought that up, just because he's absolutely a baller, without a doubt. But I think we've got to start with the game. So, we started the game, we had so much possession. Actually, I think we didn't have any possession in the final third of the field for the first 15 minutes, I think. Hearts were pressing, they were full of energy, they had a lot of life, they were forcing errors out of us, but they never really were testing Joe Hart, which was the good thing. We had a lot of possession, but we weren't doing anything with it. And it was a matter of, tiring Hart's press out. Because no team can press like that for 90 minutes unless they're Man City. Now, after 20 minutes or so, we started pushing, finding gaps, holes, whatever you want to call it in the Hearts defense. And we were pushing through them. We were trying to penetrate, trying to get the ball out wide to Jota and to Forrest, but it was all coming from REO and O'Reilly. Those two were superb. They were absolutely incredible in that first half. If a goal was going to come, it was going to come from either one of them, or I'd say you could make a claim for Jota because he was making things happen as well. And cometh the hour, cometh the 27th minute, cometh the man, a REO Hatate thunderbolt. He was hit with so much power and ferocity that despite Craig Gordon being literally in reach of it, he could not do anything about it. I had my dad sitting next to me and I looked at him and I was like, that's a Shunsuke Nakamura goal, without a doubt. Without a doubt, that is a complete, And obviously, in the words of Ange, however, he's REO Hatate, mate, but still, we kept pushing, that was such a glorious goal. That had me rocking, that had me on my feet cheering. But we kept pushing, we didn't take the foot off the accelerator at that point, which is the main thing. We wanted a second. And 7 minutes later, we got it. A lovely ball from REO Hatate finds O'Reilly on the right-hand flank, who plays a lovely, superb, deft little ball in that finds the Greek freak, Georgios Giakoumakis, with a lovely, lovely back heel flick into the bottom corner. Was it offside? I cannot tell you. I think VAR, we'd have to get VAR in to make an accurate judgment on that. But after 35 minutes, Celtic looked like they were going to stroll home, but we were 2-0 up. It looked like we'd easily snag a third, but, in typical Celtic fashion, we did not do that. The foot went off the accelerator. We thought we were in the comfort zone, but after an absolutely stupid decision from Carl Starfelt, one of the hiccups he had that match, Liam Boyce half the deficit. Yet again, was that goal offside? I think that's a clear offside in my eyes. Totally no bias there. I still think VAR would rule that out without a doubt. The linesman had a bit of a stinker in that moment, but, it is what it is. It put Celtic under enormous pressure for the final 30 minutes, and a pressure that looked like we were going to crack under. I have to be honest. We looked like we were going to crack, I think, and we almost did. 10 minutes later, penalty given to Hearts, a double handball in the box. Really unfortunate. In my eyes, I think that is a penalty. Baton's got his hand up in the air. It's an unfortunate ricochet, but it is what it is. And, it was going to be typical Celtic, dropping points in such a crucial match. It was just going to be the way it went, that everyone knows how the story goes with Celtic in these matches, but I think I did that too early. It was absolutely painstaking. Liam Boyce, he's taking the penalty. He sends Joe Hart the wrong way. And strikes the post, but it goes out. It does not go in the back of the net. It goes across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. And one of the most glorious moments I've ever seen in as one of the best missed penalties I've ever seen. The fact he can strike the inside of the post and then still miss, absolutely incredible. And from that moment on, Hearts had no life in them. That was the sucker. That was the sucker punch. I think from that moment on, I was sort of convinced Celtic would go on to win. I don't think Hearts could have bounced back from that. And, we pushed on, even though we had a midfield trio at one point of Baton, McCarthy and Sorrow all on the field at the same time. We still somehow managed to see out the match. which was great to see. Never in my life would I think I'd see a midfield of that, and we win the match playing that midfield three. But it is what it is. We got the job done. We got a crucial 3 points. Rangers luckily got a crucial 3 points as well. They got away with an awfully lucky win against Livingston. Is what it is. So the gap remains 4 as we edge closer to the all-important Glasgow derby. But what can we take away from this performance? Because there was a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was a very important match for Celtic, and we can learn a lot from it. So I said in my match preview that, I thought this midfield would be a shell of itself. I thought this midfield was going to be our weak point in the team. Arguably, it was our strongest point. Nearbaton, Rio Hatate, Matt O'Reilly, take a fucking bow. You were all incredible tonight. Honestly, our longest serving player in Nearbaton, he was our captain. He was immense. He was put in the captain's performance. Rio Hatate is the second coming of Shunsuke Nakamura. In his second start of the club, a rocket put us up 1-0. And, he was all over the pitch. He got the minor assist for the second. He played for a full, I think it was 85 minutes or so. He was absolutely immense. Even when he was getting tired, he was pressing and winning the ball back. And the plaudits, however, have to go to Matt O'Reilly. That is the best Celtic debut I've seen since Rio Hatate's against Hibs last week. And by the numbers, it highlights how immense that debut was. 1 assist, equal first. 8 chances created, outright first. 27 passes in the opposition's final third, outright first. 7 crosses, outright second. 59 touches of the ball, 6 ball recoveries, and 30 out of 37 passes found their man. Incredible debut, and seriously, he is the best Riley in all of world football, and I can't believe we paid £1.5 million for him. He is going to be crucial for Celtic coming up. Secondly, Georgios Giakoumakis, the Greek freak, he showed up. All the talk recently has been about how Giakoumakis really needs to step up, and it could be his time to shine in a Celtic jersey with Kyogo's injury and whatnot. And if he can keep putting out outputs like tonight, he will win the fans over without a doubt. He's starting to win me back over even. A crucial goal that won us the match. He pressed well. He tried getting involved in the build-up play, which is great. It's everything you want to see from your target man. And so hats off to GG. I have to applaud him. He had a great showing tonight. He played the full 90 minutes, 96 minutes even. He was really good. I thought he was really solid. He was one of our better performances on the pitch. And I have to give it up to him. He did what he had to do. Keep doing that, and you will fit in at Celtic, my friend. Score the goals. The fans will love you. And look, the third and final thing is how good is it with Jota back? His penetration and his drive is so crucial for Celtic. Although, he didn't have a hand in any of the goals tonight, that is expected. It's not every week Jota's going to score a goal or he's going to get an assist, but he was creating chances. He had 3 or 4 great ones at the start of the match, cutting in on the left, staying on his left, forcing Craig Gordon to make a number of quite decent saves. But look, the injury has not slowed him down in the slightest. I think that was the biggest concern, that when he came back from the injury, he wouldn't be at his most damaging best, but he is certainly getting back there without a doubt. He had a strong an hour on the pitch, 60 minutes for a player returning from injury, a great output. I'm sure that will build up in the Dundee United match, and then he'll be 100% fit for the derby. Because with this result tonight, considering the midfield, the performances, I'd say, of Jota, O'Reilly, Rio, and GG, I think we have a strong enough squad to win this match in the derby, without a doubt. Heading before this Hearts match, I was thinking, okay, we're going to have to play a very bang average midfield. We're going to be lacking there. GG up top, is he going to be up on form? Jota's the shining light, but everyone else, it's kind of like, depends how they turn up on the day. But if they can perform the way they did against Hearts in, the first half and replicate that for both halves, I've got no doubt in my mind we'll win that match. Matt O'Reilly is a star in the making. Rio Hatate is a star in the making if he is not already a star. Nearbaton is that calm, composed head in the midfield we need. Jota, damaging at best. Giakoumakis, if he finds the back of the net, it's a job well done. The only issue I'd say is the wing. James Forrest was quite bang average tonight, I can't lie. I was quite disappointed by how he went. Obviously we got the win and that's all that matters, but still I would have liked to see a bit more from him. I think maybe Ange wanted to give Abada a break. I'm not sure who I want to see in the derby start at right wing, because Forrest, he's that older, more experienced winger who knows what it takes to be in those big games. Abada, last time we played in the derby, he was awfully quiet. I think it's going to have to be based on form. I'm not gonna, argue with whatever Ant has to go with for that match. I will back whatever he says because his judgment is the best. But look, that is all from me. So, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below who your man of the match was. For me, I'm giving it a tie between Matt O'Reilly and REO Hatate. I thought both of them were absolutely as equally instrumental to tonight's victory. And yeah, until next time, hail, hail.